Welcome to the first official election debate for the Dubbo City Mayor. First, I'm going to invite out our current mayor, Hughbert McNugget. If you could please walk through the door.
Hello, people of Dubbo.
Yeah, you don't sit in the middle. Please sit on the leftmost chair. All right, if I could please also invite out our other candidate, Hayden Shaw. If you could just sit,
Hello, everyone.
just sit on, no, you see how
Where's
sort
the
of symmetry.
Australian anthem?
Please quiet from the crowd. Okay, welcome. I'm just going to set a few ground rules here. Let me just get my timer up. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to ask a question, and then one of yous will have a minute to answer it, and then that's it. So you won't be able to talk any more than that minute. Or, well, there will be obviously a bit of leniency, but generally speaking, we'll stick to a minute. And then it'll go to the other person, and they'll have 30 seconds to make any rebuttal, and then they'll, so yeah, that's how basically we're going to do this. Does that sound good? Do you two understand?
Yep.
So when I say stop, you have to stop, or you'll be disqualified and be asked to leave.
Disqualified. Ooh, okay.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to flip a coin to see who goes first. Who wants to be heads?
May I answer?
Mr. Mayor?
Never fails in New South Wales.
Tails?
I'll go heads.
Tails never fails in New South Wales. Yep, tails.
It is tails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a good thing?
Yes, that means you go first,
Yeah, that
Mr.
means you
Mayor.
go first.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, playing dumb.
Maybe he just is.
All right. Let's just start with a simple one. What's the biggest issues facing this town, and what is your plan to fix it? And your time starts now.
I think the biggest issues facing this town are heard every single day by the people of Dubbo. That is the cost of living, that is the housing crisis, and that is the dire lack of resources we have in regional areas compared to our metropolitan counterparts. How I'm going to address that. Building new affordable houses for Dubbo, new housing developments and new medium density housing in Dubbo. We're going to work cooperatively with businesses to lower the prices of goods for locals, and we're going to encourage local businesses to facilitate that. The other thing we're going to do is going to be reducing transport. We're going to be introducing new public transport. We're going to make public transport cheaper. And we're going to work with our state, our federal, and our corporate counterparts to make travel from Dubbo and the region quicker to get to metropolitan areas, to level the playing field so people in Dubbo have an equal opportunity.
Stop. Okay. Hayden, you have 50 seconds to refute any of that claims. You'll also get an additional minute on top of that to answer the question on your own.
I agree with what the mayor is talking about. That is a crisis we have here in Dubbo. However, I think the mayor is overstepping his role. The council has, unless he's paying out of pocket, they do not have the money to create these houses, build these houses. This is more of a state government thing. But yeah, I do agree it needs to happen. We need to lower the cost. I love his stance on transport, lower the transport fares. That's a good idea. Yeah, we're going to do the same. We want to support small businesses, so we're going to be giving
30
grants
seconds.
to. We're going to be giving grants to companies that help us and small businesses for the people of Dubbo.
Okay. Now what's your overall? So you'll get a minute to just answer the question fully and properly.
Yeah. I already started talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are interested in giving grants to businesses like construction companies to help us fix roads and problems we have with our infrastructure. We want to increase the amount of infrastructure in Dubbo. We also want to give grants to small businesses to allow them to start up and get started. So we're going to help them out.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about local. We need to stay local. We need to utilize the resources we have already here, and we need to get better.
Okay.
around that part. So that's supporting our
Oh, yep.
farmers and producers in the Dubbo region.
Rightio. Mr. Mayor, do you have any refutes or claims
I'll,
you would
I'll,
like
just,
to
I'll
make?
just make a quick refute, if that's all
Yep.
right. How long do I have for this?
30 seconds.
Firstly, love that we're on the same page. Love that you love all of my ideas. Proves how good they are, I think. Secondly, I'd like to remind my opposition what actually the role of state government is and how we can do this. Obviously, we're not saying we're going to build houses. I think that's quite a shallow take on that. But what we can do as a local government is we can make more land available. We can improve access to land for developers. So we can make it easier for private companies and developers to build houses. We're not going to build them personally, but we're going to make it easier for businesses and companies to build it so we have a greater housing supply. Just thought I'd clarify that.
30 seconds on the dot. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Since Mr. Mayor went first last time, I'll get Hayden to go first this time. Sorry, just looking through my notes. I was looking for a good question for you.
Yeah.
How do you know, there's a rising crime problem in this city. What's your, I guess, plan to tackle that? Mr. Shaw?
Oh, sorry, my headphones died. What was the question?
So how do you plan on addressing the rising crime rates in our city? Go.
Rising crime, right? Yes, we want to influence the police force. We're going to call for the state government to increase funding to the Dubbo departments, like the Dubbo Police Station, Dubbo Fire, Dubbo Ambulance, as well as the council, so we can help out. And we want to get an SES presence, a state emergency service presence here to help out in those natural disasters.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna focus. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna focus on that. We're gonna maybe increase the infrastructure, maybe some more lights, more areas where people can, I guess, be unavoided. Not unavoided. What am I talking about? Be persuaded not to commit criminal acts.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Mayor, is any claims about that you'd like to refute?
Yeah, okay, just starting. We're focused on crime prevention. Clearly, my opposition here is not. He's talking about SES. He's talking about, ambulance and firefighters. While they're important, yes, we need them. They don't actually help solve crime. So I love that diversion there from him. Very clever. Well done. And secondly,
I
he
was
talks over
talking
and
about
over
it in
about
general.
funding police more. And clearly that hasn't worked in the past. So we don't understand how it's going to work in the future. Dubbo region, the Arana Midwestern region, has some of the highest police funding of any region in the state. So we don't see how funding that more is going to fix the problems that we currently have.
That's your
And
30
if I can
seconds.
go on to my
30
I
response,
like to
that
say a
Yeah,
lot
answer.
of crime.
Excuse me.
Mr. Shaw, you'll have a chance
Yeah.
to refute. All
Okay.
right, your minute starts.
Continuing on with that, my opposing candidate here has just time and time again just said, "I'm just going to fund more police," but hasn't actually said how he's going to address these issues.
Mr. Mayor,
The
I'd like to
Mayor
I'd just like
campaign
to
has
pause. I've paused your
two.
time. I've paused your time.
Yeah.
We're not focusing on this is you answering the question.
Oh
We're not
yeah. I'm
focusing on
I'm
your.
about to get into mine. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No worries.
Just letting you know.
It was a nice segue. Yeah.
Your time is
No
still
worries.
going.
We're going to increase local police foot patrols. So we're going to get more police into the centre of Dubbo. We're going to take administrative duties away from them, and we're going to work with the New South Wales Police to, make it easier for police to be on foot patrols in the CBD. We're also going to work on social crime prevention. So that's like things like youth intervention programs. That's things like CCTV and safer streets and communities to reduce crime through that manner. So rather than just throwing money at it. We're going to work on real, actual solutions that are going to drive real change and make Dubbo a much safer place for the community.
Okay, that's your 30, your time.
Yep.
Mr. Shaw, is there
If
any
I can just,
what?
I'll just rejoin really.
Okay. Yeah, I'll focus on Mr. Shaw.
Thank you.
Is there
Yeah.
anything you'd like to say? Your time starts now.
Yes, I would. the mayor, he keeps going on about things that are not in his power. He's talking about youth justice prevention things. This is the state government. This is the judiciary system. This is not a council problem. He is in boots he can't fill. He is trying to be someone he is not. He does not have that power.
Hey there, I'm Jiminy McNugget, and welcome to Jim's Pizza. Let me take you for a look around. Here we got our exquisite VIP seating area with the most upper-class members of society. Out back here we got our state-of-the-art kitchen. And even to top it all off, we'll deliver straight to you. So what are you waiting for? Come on down to Jim's Pizza.
All over this country, one name is sought. The flooring of quality, it's Carpet
You
Court.
won't beat Carpet Court for floor covering bargains this month. Save on Australia's biggest range of colours and styles. All the top brands from the world's leading manufacturers. Save on a huge collection of timbers, vinyls and laminates. See our unbeatable sale catalogue for unbeatable carpet deals from Australia's biggest carpet dealer. Call 13 20 64 for your local Carpet Court store.
Okay, back from ad break now. I'm pretty sure everyone got out what they wanted to say with that
Yeah.
last question. Okay, I guess we're going to start with Mr. McNugget.
Yep.
What does your administration? How will your administration support young people and families?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's really, really important thing to our growing population here in Dubbo. Firstly, how we're supporting families is obviously by making things cheaper. We know young families are the people feeling the brunt of this cost of living crisis, right? So that goes back to all the things I already mentioned about our reliefs to cost of living. You know, how many more houses we're going to build. Furthermore, we're going to work with local schools and provide some specific programs for schools just in the Dubbo region that can help excel kids. You know, find their interests, find their hobbies, and get on that correct pathway to life. You know, we're going to support more universities and university spaces coming to Dubbo and the region. We're going to be introducing things like our innovation hub, right? Which is a place that involves technology and all this science so that kids can explore some more career opportunities that maybe they didn't think of. We're going to work on improving pathways into vet and TAFE, as well as into
10 seconds.
universities and keeping that talent local. Because that's really important. We can't just be losing that talent to Sydney all the time. We have to keep it local.
Okay, Mr. Shaw, have you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I do. It's like the same thing I've been saying all night.
Yep. Sorry, I spoiled
Mr.
your time.
Mr. McNugget over here. He's talking about stuff he has no control over. Like those programs, they're state funded. He can lobby for them to be more Dubbo focused, but he can't just go around saying that he's going to change all this stuff because realistically he can't. I mean, he doesn't have that power. But I do agree we need to help them
Okay, time's up.
like that in that way.
And now, what would be your response to that question?
My response is we just like supporting our small businesses, first home buyers. We're going to try and give small grants to first home buyers. And then if they're married or have kids, that'll increase. But yes, we want to do small grants here and there for our first home buyers to get them settled into Dubbo, as
Okay.
well as helping in the Dubbo. Like that's why the SES, we get more people in those types of things. It's just going to help them out for the future.
Okay.
And, like,
oh, yes. Is there
If
any?
we want to bring like cadets here, whether it be Air Force cadets, Army cadets, Navy cadets, so we can just help those young people more.
Okay. Mr. McNugget, is there anything you'd want to refute that?
Yeah. I just want to quickly say that my candidate doesn't seem to be presenting my opposing camp doesn't seem to be presenting any logical actual policies or facts this way. Clearly, he is narrow-minded and isn't able to, understand what we can actually do. He's too focused on this old-fashioned government and isn't thinking about what we can do, that what is possible within the council's control. We have hundreds of millions of dollars in annual funding, and we can better utilize that to support people of Dubbo, and we can use our administrative powers to open up some of those more opportunities as well.
Yeah, but you're talking about things that are state-owned, state-governed. That's
Uh,
not you're not
Mr.
you're not the
Shaw,
governor
Mr.
of
Shaw,
Dubbo.
Mr. Shaw, Mr. Shaw, Mr. Shaw. Yep.
Yep.
I will. Okay. Do you go that? Yeah, you both want to speak.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. It's Mr. Shaw's turn. How will you ensure transparency in council spending?
Transparency. Well, unlike the last government and their horrific council enforcement, which I'd like to add, the last government, Mr. Mayor, you talk about reducing crime. I'd like to be known that the last government made a lot of that crime. There were two different sorts of riots, the killers that were at council enforcement. So yeah, we're gonna do checks and balances. We're just gonna have someone from outside. They're gonna come in. It's gonna be like Doge. We're just gonna make sure that everything that is being spent is spent on something useful, not these useless divisions like council enforcement.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just gonna be more transparent. We're gonna post fiscal year spending. We're gonna make budgets aware to everyone before we enact them, stuff like that.
All right, Mr. Mayor.
Okay,
Anything you
so
got to say?
can I just combine this all into 90 minutes of speaking?
90
I'll-
minutes. I hope it's not 90 minutes.
Oh, 9
Yeah.
seconds, sorry.
I'll allow it.
Okay, so to start with, commenting on my opposing candidate's his ideas. Firstly, he was really concerned about the last administration's, this council enforcement, things like that. I came into office about, only a matter of weeks ago, and one of the first things, I did with my team was close down things like council enforcement and close down these parts of council that were auxiliary spending, so we can focus that money on where really matters. Okay, this really dystopian idea of some Doge thing coming in to strip our expenses isn't really needed because we're operating quite efficiently as a council as is. Of course, we're always going to be transparent with our spending. I've had a long career through as a lawyer in corporate and in defense, and you know how important transparency is. So we're going to be keen on improving that for the people of Dubbo because they deserve to know where their money is going. So we're going to maintain that commitment to efficient spending, but also to transparent spending. We're going to look at things about how we can improve transparency. Throughout spending by publishing our spending, publishing our budgets, things like that, where we can. So people know that their funding is being spent on them and for them, because that is really important. I'm not going to deny that. And that is something I've always been hell-bent on maintaining. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Shaw?
Yeah, well, he just lied to you people. He has not cut council enforcement. He just haven't talked about it for a while. He has made no public statement about the dissolution of the council enforcement. I have a friend who was in council enforcement, and he has confirmed that there is a whole area of handbooks and stuff they're still open. They're not even deleted or anything. He hasn't cut it. He's just made it quiet. He's made it go away quietly. So he's already not transparent with what he's doing.
May I address
And every time I
Andrew's
make an
remarks?
observation about something, you can't just keep going on about, oh, he's narrow-minded. I'm making an observation. And it was you and your friend who started that
30
stuff.
seconds.
And they're all one big family. It's like it's an oligarchy of McNuggets.
30
It's
seconds.
ridiculous. A McNugget sphere of influence.
What is that sound?
Who's
A
that?
McNugget sphere of influence all across Dubbo. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to have one last question, and then we're going to move on to the Q&A section. So everyone in the audience, if you could just start mentally thinking of some questions. Thanks, Ultimate. Just start thinking of some questions you might want to come up and ask. We'll take those in a minute.
Dubbo. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in Dubbo. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Let's hear it for Dubbo. Dubbo. Dubbo.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna do something a bit different. We're going to do a scenario question, and you're gonna have a bit longer to speak on each one, but there won't be any rebuttal for this. It'll just be how you would personally, how your government would handle this scenario. Okay.
Rightio.
All right. So you have 3 minutes to speak. We'll start with Mr. Hughbert.
Sorry
Okay.
to
Yeah. All right. Just let me know when you're good.
Waiting.
Okay, sorry.
A major employer announces that they're leaving town. What are your first 3 actions? Time starts now.
Okay, so a major employer announces they're leaving Dubbo. Obviously, we're very concerned about this because that is a mecca for local jobs, and it is the impetus of what can happen to many regional places when such an employer leaves. First action I do is I talk to them. I think that's the best way to deal with these things is talk to them. Why are they leaving town? What's the cause behind this? Because people don't do things unprovoked, right? So we go and talk to them. Second thing we do is after we've figured out, we've talked to them, we've had that discourse, and we discuss what their problems are, then we look to see how we can solve those problems, right? So, we offer those kind of those grants or incentives. Maybe we can do open up some administrative barriers that make it easier for them to operate, so we can keep this employment and these jobs local. The third thing I do is we maintain that ongoing relationship, and we ensure these aren't just one and done kind of solutions that only over the course of a few months. We think long term. We make sure that they can stay here, they can continue operating here for this
1
foreseeable
minute.
future so that we can ensure that local employment stays here. Because that's, at the end of the day, quite important. We need that local employment so we can, maintain that local community of Dubbo. We can't be having all of this employment, all of these businesses leaving for bigger centres. And we understand, though, for businesses that it can be quite inhibited to operate in some of these places. That's why we're going to look at what we can do at council, such as our grants, such as removing administrative barriers, such as our council rates, and changing that for businesses to make it easier for them to operate here. But we're also going to talk to our state and federal counterparts so we can encourage operation here in the region, right? So that might look things like tax breaks for businesses that operate and employ locally.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, came in a minute under. All right, Mr. Shaw, do you need to hear the question again, or do you remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember the question. Thank you.
Okay, your time starts when you start speaking.
All right, so this would be a major step back in what we wanted to achieve here in Dubbo. We want the more employment we can get to help support people and hopefully help with inflation. So yeah, we would set up a meeting to see what are the specific reasons they're leaving for. Why are they leaving? Why do they want to go somewhere else? Is it because there's not enough employment? Because there's not enough money? They're not earning enough from this area? Like, what is the cause of why they're leaving? And then hopefully, if we come to a conclusion, we can try to help support support them in a way so that they don't have to leave, whether that be in some increased funding, maybe some lobby for tax cuts for local. Yeah, well, there's only so much you can do, and it's very similar to what Mr. Mayor has already said. So I don't. Yeah.
Is that everything?
Yeah, but it's just trying to bring them back. Like we got to make sure they can stay here, they can thrive, because we need the employment, we need the business, but we also need to make sure that the businesses that are here can thrive. So we got to try and balance out both in order to keep them here and make sure they thrive, we thrive, everyone thrives. Hopefully, to help
Okay.
make Dubbo better.
Rightio. Thank you. There is a man who was a late
Who
entry
is this?
to our
Oh.
election. How about you answer the question, sir? Who
I'd
is
love to
this?
hear your
Who
answer.
is this guy?
We have 20 people in game. Do we want to wrap this up? Last question, so we can get.
We're
to
doing.
some,
Well, we're gonna do the Q&A.
Oh, do
Why
the
do you have
Q&A
two pairs
quickly,
of glasses
and then
on, Mr.
All
Man?
right.
Yeah.
Can you get someone load that guy?
Are you
or
that old?
Bring him. Load him.
Just not
Okay.
gonna answer. All right.
No. All right. So people can start lining up now. Ultimate. If you could
Just-
unmute people as they come up to the stand.
feel
That
free to
would be-
turn usernames on if you need to, if that's going to help you. But you should know most of these people in here.
I'm going. Who's that? This first one, Jeffrey.
Hello. If crime rate goes up for youth crime, how will you solve that?
I'm
Do
happy
you
to
wanna go
start.
first?
Yeah, no
Yep.
worries. I have no problem tackling your question head on. Okay. So, how long do we have for these,
I was just
Mr.
being
Care?
polite, but all right.
Let's try and keep it under 2 minutes, please.
Easy. Okay. So I think we've already touched this, and this is by and large an extension of what our plan is for crime as a whole, right? Because there's very similar impetuses. Firstly, we're going to increase local police foot patrols around Dubbo City so that more police are in the CBD where the people actually are, right? We're going to, do things like CCTV. We're also going to make our places and our streets more pleasant and safer. There's a lot of things we can do with situational crime prevention that deter crime as a whole. So we're going to do that. We're also going to be introducing um, these youth intervention programs specifically for youth. My opposition, he doesn't seem to think this is possible, but I tell you, it very much is possible with our council funding, to do these things for our epicenters of youth crime. And that goes with our working with local schools and creating those partnerships. Things like, more youth activities. We can have, implementing an office of the youth where they can host, things like games and um, youth centers, right? Where those youth they get off the street, but they can be busy with something. They
I
can
definitely didn't
they
just
can
crash.
proactively do something, right? So I think that's the point. I think kids in regional areas can become quite bored, so we need to make sure that they've always got things to do and that we're targeting it at the right time, so that this it doesn't result in a problem. We don't get to
Okay.
that stage where we've got rampant youth crime.
That's enough. Mr. Shaw, you have anything to add?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we're gonna increase the different youth groups, like as I mentioned earlier, like the cadet force, the Australian Cadet Force. They're a great place for kids to go. It's not boring. They go out on activities. It keeps their mind turning, and
I have a question though.
it helps. What? Yeah.
How is that going to help the crime go down?
How's it going to help the crime go down? Because if you stop them from committing the crime in the first place by these different activities that preoccupies them, whether they commit crime out of boredom or necessity. If it's necessity, well, we've got support through government grants and funding, or council grants funding, to help people, and we're going to try and subsidize where we can. But if it's more of because they're bored or because they can, well, these youth groups, they're excellent places to keep people occupied, and it's great because we're also promoting the military. It's a strong place to be, and it teaches them a lot of things they can do to be accountable for themselves and for everyone else.
We'll move on to our next question.
Air Force.
Right. Wait, fuck, where's the
It's
script
gonna
gone?
be good.
On,
Script.
hold on.
I've
Right,
got a script.
what
Oh God.
are we
Oh
doing
god.
about these? Oh wait, I can't say that word. Hold on. What's a replacement? What's a replacement for the word?
Just who are you talking about in general here? The McNuggets.
What are we gonna do about these imbeciles on e-bikes?
Ah,
It's
yes.
July 5th. It's the 5th.
Mitch.
The police here have done jack
All
shit.
right. Well, sure.
They
You
were
can go
supposed to be
first.
gone on the 1st. What?
So you can go first. Targeted police operations. Target
That
e-bikes.
just sounds like
Like-
profiling.
It's e-bikes. What? Right. So you go on. So you want to ask, well, what are we going to do about e-bikes committing crimes? And then when I say something about targeting e-bikes, that's profiling.
No.
This seems like an entrapped question.
No. I'm saying that instead of targeting the e-bikes, you target the riders. Oh, wait.
But the riders are riding e-bikes.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
You're so
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's this other
So-
buff head that's currently wearing the sashed gonna do? Sashed? Sachet.
Yeah, Mr.
gonna
Okay,
do?
yeah,
Okay.
just doing my
with
job
no
for me
hair.
then, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, look, well, e-bikes currently are they're regulated by the companies. The companies can actually set
Yeah, you
out
sound
a
stupid
boundary
because
of
they're
where
not
they can drive and
regulated
how
at all.
fast they can drive. Okay, so we're
Nah.
going to
Especially
work with the
government
company to
regulated,
regulate
and
them
they
Cool,
have
more.
to
it's
be
government
approved.
regulated
So
and
we're
it
going
has
to
to be
work
approved,
with that
but they're
business.
still modified. They get modified. The police
Exactly.
have done nothing.
We have
Well,
targeted. We're going to
modified
pull over
e-bikes, as I
e-bikes
said,
and
they're
look
a
at them.
state issue where they can only be exerted to a certain power,
Oh, so now you
and they
care
can
about
only
which
have
is
that
state and
much.
which is council.
How much is of that certain battery can be used in terms of there's two different types of e-bikes. There's the private ones and then there's the public ones owned by companies. The ones owned by companies we can easily regulate by working with that company. That's a no-brainer. The ones that aren't, well, we need to work about where bikes can, and we need to work around our legislation for that. Are they treated as bikes or vehicles? And that's something that we will continue, and we'll take that feedback on board, and we'll work out where their legal standing is, and we'll work with local law enforcement to make sure that they're used safely and appropriately and by people of the responsible age and ability to do so.
Right, but how does that stop people from illegally doing so?
Well, as I said, we're very keen on, making sure that, the people that are using them safely, both for themselves and the other people that are around them, right? So we need to ensure that, they're following the regulations as they should be. But if we need to make any new regulations to make that even safer, then we're very, very keen to do that.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
but
illumination, my friend.
most of these people are kids, 15-year-olds. They don't have fully formed prefrontal cortexes. They don't know what's right, what's wrong.
This is
They're
turning
just
into
Exactly.
more than one
They don't
And that-
question.
care. Shush.
You have 30 seconds. Go on.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, hurry up.
Exactly, and that's why we need to work with them at a variety of levels, both in school and education, but also in the wider world to improve their understanding of the contextual implications of their actions, so that they can better and more responsibly use these services. That goes back to our other youth activities and programs to ensure that this kind of behaviour isn't happening.
Yep. All right, one more question. What do you guys think about the new movie Obsession?
Haven't watched it.
Okay,
Yeah,
go sit
fuck
down.
you. Anyone else? Wait, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor doesn't go
No, I
to the
haven't
movies.
watched it.
Yeah,
What?
I think he still watches
sit
like the
down.
old westerns on.
All
black
right,
and
is
white
there any
on
more
his
questions
TV.
from the crowd? Any more questions from the crowd?
I agree, Joey.
No. Oofman? No.
No, well, if he's the only one asking questions, you may as well let him.
You know what? Fine. One
Okay,
more.
is that done?
One more question. Roofman.
Let me
Hayden,
set
where
this
do you get
session
your
order.
suits pressed?
Would I get my suits pressed?
Jim's
The,
Silk Pressing
local-
Emporium. Come
What?
on down.
Okay, up the Air Force.
Up the Air Force.
Fuck
I
Yeah,
agree.
okay,
Joey
yeah,
Air
you're
J.
done.
Force
You're done.
lads.
Sort this man
Joey J.
out.
I hate Joey J. Joey J's a bum. He's homeless.
Wait, is there more questions? Does Joey
He's
want to ask a
behind
question?
you. He's got a crowbar. Officers, get him. He's got a gun.
All right. Any more questions? Oh, Talon's got one more.
I've got a question.
All right, we're going to be 2 more questions, and that's it. Then we're calling
Why do
it.
you have 2 pairs of glasses on, Mr. Mayor?
I've been asking that for years, man.
It's very. Is it like
'Cause I've
a
got
mental thing?
20/20
You just like
vision.
need it.
Alright, Talon.
You have to
Why
have
do you
like
why do you
two of
have why
everything.
do you have sunglasses on inside?
Because I can.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's less weird than 2 pairs of glasses.
Talon. Go
Why
ahead.
has the arson rates gone up in the past 6 months?
That's true.
That was
that's,
the
that's
Jiminy
factual.
riots. So ask Jiminy McNugget why he did what he did that caused riots that did cause building fires.
Ultimate.
And also ask Ultimate. He seems to be doing a lot of fire starting lately.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
ultimately,
we're
no.
in a fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim's pizza burnt
Guys, we're
down.
gonna
That's
have to
very sad. I
evacuate.
like
We're
that
gonna have to
pizza.
evacuate. I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna end early. The building is currently on fire.
Right. Ifan, where's my money?
Alright.
speaking of arsons,
The building
Jesus
is currently on
Christ.
fire.
Where's
We're gonna
my-
have to evacuate.
where's my limo?
The building.
Come on, everyone out. Come
I'm
on.
gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to jump
Get
in
out.
the limo because my car is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, I can't
Oh,
go
my,
down those stairs.
my
They're on
limo's also
fire.
not here. Oh, there's your car.
His limo that
I'm-
he bought with council money.